So we finished the game, of course, but one of the topics we discussed was the if statement, making decisions. And I want to spend a bit more talking about if statement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a new file. And by the way, if you don't see this, often you need to go there and make sure that the folder name is selected. Otherwise, it might not show you when you go to new. And a reminder, we don't want a new project. We're going to put new files in the same project. So always choose new, and we're going to choose Python file. That means the file that's created already has the .py extension, which is what Python needs to know it's a Python file. More on if. And there you go, we've got a new file. Now, incidentally, sometimes you have to go and specifically go to run and click more on if. Otherwise, it may run the old file. We'll come back to this later on. But if it keeps running the old file for you, no matter what you do, go to run and make sure you choose the file you want to run. Okay, so we've already seen the if statement. Let's give another example. Let me create a variable called day. And let's say today is Monday. Well, it's not, but never mind. Now, I'm going to say if day equals Monday. We've seen how the if statement works, right? So the if statement needs something which is either true or false. So I'm saying if day is Monday, it is Monday at the moment, but it may be something else, right? Print, what shall I print? Have a good start of the week, whatever. Now, in the previous example in the Goblin game, we followed if by else. So basically our code split into two parts. We either go this way or that way, and then it merged again afterwards. You don't have to have two parts. You can have sort of a side part and you only have an if statement. So it's perfectly fine to just have an if statement. Let me run this code. It says have a good start of the week. But if the day is Tuesday and I run this code, nothing happens. So in this case, I'm saying either do this line or don't do it, but don't do anything else instead of it. That's what an if statement by itself does. Good. Now, we've already seen else, but before going to else, I'm going to show you another option we can have after an if. We can have an elif. A strange word, it stands for else if. We can only use this after an if. You don't have to, as we've seen, but an elif means, let's put another condition. For example, if day equals Wednesday, did I spell that correctly? Hopefully. I'm going to print something else. I'm going to say it's the middle of the week or whatever. Let's try now. So when I run this, at the moment, it doesn't print anything out. Why? Because day is Tuesday. It's not Monday, it's not Wednesday. If, however, I put Monday in there, I get have a good start of the week. So only this line was printed. And as you can probably guess, if I put Wednesday there and run it, it's the middle of the week. And then I can have more elifs, right? I could have, if I want, elif day equals Friday, whatever, print, it's the end of the week. And at the end of the elifs, I don't have to, this code is perfectly fine, but if I want to, I can put an else at the end. So if is always first. Else is always last if you want to have an else, and you can have lots of elifs in the middle. Else is the catch-all, which means that if it's not Monday, it's not Wednesday, it's not Friday, do something else. Print, whatever, doesn't matter. So now you can see that at the moment it's saying it's the middle of the week because it's Wednesday. But if I say it's Saturday, it's going to the else. So that's how we use the decision-making process. Sometimes you just have an if, because that's all you want. Sometimes you have an if and an else if you want two options. Sometimes you have an if, several elifs, and then an else. And that completes, for now, how we use the if statement and if, elif, else.